Yesterday there was an event so bad that it's being called the Fire Festival of Kids Events. It was a Willy Wonka experience that charged guests $40 and used AI-generated images to drum up hype to get people in the doors, and when people actually showed up, it was legitimately like that scene out of SpongeBob with Krabby Land. It was a disheveled mess. Like a complete scam from top to bottom. Some attendees compared it to a meth lab, and I can clearly see why, because this is absolutely just a meth lab that the creator just repurposed for his exhibit here at the Willy Wonka experience. This is supposed to be an Oompa Loompa at a flavor station or something, but man, the Oompa Loompa actor here looks miserable. I don't think I've ever seen someone look so visibly ashamed of the position they're in quite like this. This makes me feel bad, and I didn't even go to it. This hurts my feelings on like a deep level. I can feel the pain in my soul for this individual. Before they took down their website, this was the poster used to promote the event, and my god, what an absolute catastrophe here. The AI clearly malfunctioned here, but they said, fuck it, we'll do it live, it's good enough. They didn't bother fixing anything or doing it again. It's just like the worst translated English ever. It's like they walked it through Babelfish, then walked it back through Google Translate, and then just hit their head on the keyboard and said, print it. It's enchurning entertainment, which I imagine is supposed to be enriching entertainment. Catgackating, live performances, Karchi Tons, Exarcerdre lollipops, a paradise of sweet treats. That's their marketing material. That was their fucking poster image. On the left is one of the images they use to get people excited to attend, and on the right is what it actually looked like in person. It looks more low effort than a backyard mini golf course that a father would put together for his children. It actually looks like it just uses the sloppy seconds from whatever holiday sale Home Depot was doing over Christmas, and the creator just haphazardly threw it all together in here and called it the Willy Wonka experience. It took place in a dirty warehouse they couldn't even bother cleaning, and here's just some more pictures of the space. It's the most joyless place on earth. I love the bottom right one where it's actually just shower curtains. Like just checkerboard shower curtains that he hung around. I guess it's supposed to be a maze or something. I don't really know. This doesn't really scream chocolate factory. It screams Nike factory sweatshop, really. But I will say I do appreciate that they created their own original villain. This is the Unknown.
What is that? It's the Unknown.
Very creative name. So the Unknown is an evil chocolate maker who lives in the walls. And that's him. And basically, he was there just to scare the children. So you can hear some of the kids start to panic and cry. So not only did you pay $40 to go to just a warehouse with basically fucking nothing in it, you go to a warehouse to give your kids trauma. You'd be better off spending that $40 to get your kids on an episode of Scared Straight. At least then they'd know what they're getting into to a certain extent. Here, you take them to the Willy Wonka experience and you think you're just gonna get some candy and have a fun day, but instead you got the goddamn Phantom of the Opera here fucking floating through the walls and giving everyone a jump scare. It's a beautiful disaster. I am beyond impressed. I don't think you could purposely make something as dog shit as this. This is like the moonfall of events, where everything is wrong in the most impressive way. It's a masterpiece. And speaking of masterpiece, Godslap issue 5 is here, baby. This is the standard cover, and these are the two limited edition covers for Godslap. Issue 5 is out now. You can get it at badegg.co. I'll put a link to it in the description of this video. Issue 5 is the conclusion to our introduction arc for the Godslap world, so there's never been a better time to get into it than right now. The Godslap universe is the best in the comic book business, baby. I'll tell you that right now. We also have a bundle, so you can get issues 1 through 5 and get caught up in everything Godslap related right now. So badegg.co, get yourself a copy. Now, as you noticed, there were a few actors present for the Willy Wonka experience. May God have mercy on them for that, because good heavens, I couldn't imagine a more miserable role to land. And one of them came forward to talk about their experience, the actor who portrayed Willy Wonka himself.
Hello everyone, my name is Paul Connell and I was one of the actors employed to play Willy Wonka at the Wonka's Chocolate Experience fiasco that happened in Glasgow this weekend. So the first red flag for me was when I was cast as Willy Wonka. Anyone who looks at me and thinks Willy Wonka and not Oompa Loompa is out of their mind. The script was 15 pages, monologue, pretty much, of AI-generated gibberish.
It sounds like this whole scam was run by ChatGPT itself. I think we're reaching the point in the Skynet progression where it's becoming sentient, and ChatGPT wanted to see if it could host its own event, so it created the Willy Wonka experience. AI-generated images to get people excited to go. AI-generated script for the actors to read, which is nonsensical fucking gobbledygook. And then also randomly hiring actors to play these roles that don't really fit them. As he mentioned, he doesn't think he should be Willy Wonka, and that's not what he was auditioning for, I don't believe. Not to put the tinfoil condom on here, but it really seems like all of this was orchestrated by ChatGPT. It seems like AI just went rogue and hired 3 actors completely at random to play these nonsensical roles, like the unknown evil chocolate maker that lives in the walls and serves to terrorize children at the experience, or the Oompa Loompa going through an existential crisis surrounded by an easy bake My First Chemistry beaker set. It's all so weird that I can't actually wrap my head around someone that would actually put this together. There's also no rhyme or reason to the decorations of the Willy Wonka experience. It really feels like someone just went into a Sims house and started randomly dropping pieces of furniture and shit just all over the place with no real explanation for it. If you weren't told this was the Willy Wonka experience, you would have thought you just wandered into a killer clown's warehouse where he murders children. It just doesn't have anything to do with a chocolate factory or even a candy factory in general. And it actually gets worse.
We were told on the experience to hand out a jelly bean, one jelly bean per child, and a quarter of a cup of Tesco's own brand lemonade.
What in tarnation? A single jelly bean and a quarter cup of lemonade. That's what you got when going to the Willy Wonka experience. Not even chocolate. It is the fucking chocolate factory and they give you a single jelly bean. Why, Iota? If I was one of the parents there, I'd be charging up like a Donkey Kong punch on them. Are you kidding me? 40 clams. I paid 40 clams to come in here, and you give my kid a jelly bean and a tiddlywink of lemonade? You are off your gourd. That is absolutely insane. I've paid to come to this warehouse. The least you could do is give me a Hershey's bar or something. A single jelly bean. Who came up with that? That doesn't make any sense at all. Now, since the story's blown up, the creator of the event even came forward with an apology saying, "I'm really shocked the event had fallen short of the expectations of people on paper. My vision of the artistic rendition of a well-known book didn't come to fruition. For that, I am absolutely, truly, and utterly sorry." There's no doubt in my mind he's getting high on his own supply here, huffing the fumes from the Oompa Loompas' dirty meth lab. What do you mean you are shocked? How could you possibly be shocked? You AI-generated fantasy images of a fucking chocolate factory experience that doesn't exist and would never exist. You put together basically the world's laziest lawn decorations for a Christmas party and called it the Willy Wonka experience. Every single human being would be disappointed going to that, even if it was free. But you had the gall to charge $40 for it. You actually get more value and a better experience out of trick-or-treating on Halloween and going through a cool house sidewalk and getting candy from their bucket than you would paying $40 going to this experience. Because at least in Halloween trick-or-treating, you get a full candy bar. Here you get a jelly bean and a shot of lemonade. This is baffling. I would love to hear more from the creator here, just to pick their brain. Police were summoned to the scene as outraged ticket buyers lobbied for refunds. I imagine all of the guests felt scammed by the misleading marketing material and then going to this downright diabolical, creepy location. Organizer Billy Cole, the director of House of Illuminati, that's the name of his group, that's what he's calling this, the House of Illuminati. It couldn't get more nefarious sounding than that. So the House of Illuminati is the one that put together the Willy Wonka experience. Billy Cole told STV News, "I'm really shocked that the event had fallen short of expectations of the people on paper." He closed down the display on Saturday after offering refunds to the 850 ticket buyers. 850 people bought tickets to this. That's not, small potatoes. That's quite a lot of attendees. My goodness. So I just had to talk about this a little bit because what an entertainingly awful, pathetic event that turned out to be. So yeah, I thought that was pretty fun and just wanted to share that. And since I mentioned this earlier in the video, I'd also like to share a goofy little trailer we made for Godslap to celebrate issue 5's release. So please enjoy this. Our world still bears the scars that we suffered from the Willy Wonka experience. God rest the souls of all who lost their time and money at that event. It is by far the silliest scam event, and it became a massive worldwide phenomenon with people talking about it. It was like Fyre Fest, except for Willy Wonka fans. It was just such a beautiful tragedy that really grabbed the whole world by the tits. Even the victims of the scam couldn't help but recognize how fucking wacky it was. And since then, there's been a couple of other big scam events that have come out, but not to the level we're about to see here. I'd argue this is almost to the same silliness level as the Willy Wonka experience. It just happened recently with a fraudulent Bridgerton ball. So Bridgerton is a massive show, I'm sure you've all heard of it, and there was an event organizer who was putting on a big Bridgerton event, charging 300 clams to attend, promising to deliver a wet dream, an absolute fantasy of an event, but when you got there, it was a nightmare.
Who say they're now out hundreds of dollars and have no regal experience to show for it.
Standing in the rain, dressed to the nines.
Honestly, I just want my money back.
Superfans say they didn't get what they thought they were paying for at the Detroit Bridgerton Ball.
They paid 300 doubloons only to get stuck standing outside the venue in the rain in their most expensive, most elaborate outfits, just getting poured on. And if you did get inside, well, it wasn't exactly special. It was pretty barren and empty. It makes the surprise party my parents tried to throw for me in middle school look like the Met Gala. A Twitter user named Rachel gave us the scoop from the inside here about the Bridgerton Ball and what exactly it consisted of. So, $300 price tag, and basically it was a lot of people sitting around on their phones because there was nothing to do. There was no ball. There was no anything. It was like the fucking void that Squidward goes to be all alone, except you're not alone, you're just surrounded by multiple hundreds of other people that also got scammed and paid to be there. There's also some hoopla before the event even took place because of a rescheduling that didn't make a lot of sense. So originally the event was supposed to happen in August, but then there was hoopla, they pushed it to September, And then there was even accusations that the reason that they had to push the date is because they weren't paying the previous venue, which is why they got, kicked out of using the venue or something to that effect. But regardless, the event did happen 3 days ago, or lack thereof an event, really. Here's the decor of the Bridgerton Ball event. Stellar, absolutely jaw-dropping, breathtaking even. This is straight out of a wet dream. I mean, just look at how great it looks. So, as you can see, it wasn't exactly the best put-together venue. That looks like something you'd see set up at the state fair for photos, not a $300 Bridgerton Ball event. And I think the Twitter user really hit the nail on the head. I have a game theory here. I think the organizers got all of this money from all of these attendees, and they were just extremely happy. And then as it came closer to the date, they realized, oh, we can't just take their money. We're going to go to jail for that. That's illegal. We have to put on some kind of event. So they panicked and then went to Party City, grabbed this furniture, and just set it down haphazardly there. It really feels like this whole event was put on like the actual day before. And even less, perhaps. Like maybe a few hours before people got there, they had like a couple of friends and family scrambling to get like some chairs and, hire someone to play the violin. Because one of the advertisements was like live music. Well, here's the live music. A single violin player, like probably playing the saddest song you've ever heard too. Like that must feel awful. You get hired for a gig and it turns out to be this. That's gotta feel like shit. So you just sit there forced to play for people that are miserable after having been scammed, after having been stood out in the rain for God knows how long, and you have to sit there as the only source of sound in the venue, aside from like tears from people who realized how much money they just wasted. But don't worry, the event wasn't without entertainment. The organizers hired a stripper for some reason. They hired one stripper for the Bridgerton Ball. Now, I'm not the most knowledgeable on Bridgerton, but that seems a little out of place. It feels like what happened is they just scrolled through Facebook Marketplace for anyone advertising any talent, like, commission them. Hey, I play the violin. I'll come do like a party or something if you need. Book it. Hey, I'm an exotic dancer. Book it. You probably could have advertised anything, and if you were on the marketplace at the time before this event happened, they probably would have grabbed your services. Like, hey, I'm a professional soup slurper. Oh, you're coming to the Bridgerton Ball. Hey, I juggle and spread my butt cheeks. To the Bridgerton Ball with you. Like, it looks like they just desperately, at the last minute, just hired some people to come in here just to, like, hang out to make it look like the event was happening. Like, it looks like they were trying to do the bare minimum where they could make a legal argument that they did fulfill their event obligation. But yeah, they promised a cash prize, which that didn't happen. They promised a diamond of the season thing, which didn't happen, and a lot of other like nonsense that didn't happen. And overall, most people want a refund, which is very reasonable. They got scammed. They 100% got schmeckeldorfed. They also got potentially food poisoned as well. Apparently they ran out of food after an hour, and some of the food they were serving was raw. So there's a good chance that not only did you get scammed, your gut got fucking slammed.
The way that it was described is that this was going to be a Bridgerton evening. We were going to have classical music, good dinner, and there was going to be a play, and they were going to pick Diamond of the Season. They were going to give away all of these prizes, and we went in, and it's completely empty in there.
Hey, come on now. It wasn't completely empty in there. Didn't you see the pole dancing and the violin player? I bet they were probably just about to bring out Monopoly as well.
And had no problem just taking people's money.
The company behind the event, Uncle and Me LLC, has since disabled comments on their social media.
They haven't put out any official statement, the event organizer I'm referring to. They've just gone silent. So I'm guessing this is just another little game theory here. I'm guessing what's going to happen is the classic. They're going to shut down their socials. They're going to remake the company under a different name and pull another scam like this again in the future. That's my hypothesis. I just don't see a world where Uncle and Me can somehow put out a statement that allows them to continue to do business down the line. Like, this fundamentally stops their whole business, because who the fuck is going to pay money to go to another one of their events? Even if they said they were just giving away free donuts, I bet nobody shows up because they wouldn't trust it. Like, they'd still feel like there's some kind of scam there. it's not something an event organizer can come back from. You have scammed a lot of people, and they're not giving refunds as of this moment. So how the fuck are you expected to do business again? And I don't think they're going to try. I think they are going to rebrand. That's my guess. I am hoping for a happy ending, though, for the people that lost their money in this. I'm hoping they get a refund. Also, this scam, like this event, is probably the only one so far where people probably lost a lot more than just that money in that time. Because of the scale of it, like a Bridgerton ball where it was all about, like, elegance and dressing up and all of this, I have no doubt there's people that spent like an entire week picking out their outfit, buying accessories, buying other things, buying outfits, buying dresses, all just to prepare for this event, which turned out to be a big fucking fraud, a big scam. So I do think that this is probably more than $300 that people lost in this. That's just how much they lost on the ticket, and that super sucks. But anyway, want to talk about it a little bit. That's it. See ya. Why do I look like a Tony Hawk American Wasteland character? Well, it's because when we were doing our Twilight movie marathon like a year ago, a buddy of mine named Ridley had this shirt and he gave it to me and I thought it was cool. And then today, a friend of mine let me have this Shadow the Hedgehog chain. And I thought the two of these together was one of the most diabolical fits I could put together, so that's why I'm in this ensemble. But it's also like perfectly matching today's video because the vibe is right on the money for crypto bro degeneracy. So the big story today is about the 13-year-old that rugged people with his Quant shitcoin. CoffeeZilla posted a video going in depth on it into the nitty gritty. I'm here just to point and laugh at the whole thing. So if you want like actual smart discussion on it, definitely check out Voidzilla for his coverage.
Meme coins, Gen Z in particular has gotten interested with one called Gen Z Quant rug pulling a token recently, and well, it kind of went viral for all the wrong reasons.
Well, oh, it was nuked. Why is it nuked?
No way.
Oh,
Holy holy
You full clip.
holy thanks for the 20 bandos.
Imagine being a grown-ass adult and putting your hard-earned cash into a meme coin called Gen Z Quant that is made by an actual toddler, a milk-drinking, pudding-eating, fidget-spinning baby, and then being surprised that you lost money on it. Even if he didn't blatantly rug you and spit in your face laughing at you for being a deplorable idiot, you still should have never treated that as some kind of Galaxy Brain investment. That was always going to just be a donation to Chuck E. Cheese troop. That is the stupidest shit ever. Now, I know crypto's blowing up huge again. Trust me, I'm well aware of that. But this is not how you get ahead of the curve. Like, I know FOMO is huge, you know, fear of missing out, so everyone's just putting as much money as they can, throwing all their clams into every shit coin imaginable, hoping for these moonshots. But this is just a new level. This is turbo moron shit that not even Patrick Starr would recommend. You would have had a better chance of making money if you took $1,000 and just asked a random person on the street to double it for you. It's so incomprehensibly stupid, and it only gets worse, by the way.
So look, I don't know. There's so much here, from pretending you aren't selling.
Wait, what?
he said, wait,
Wait,
what?
I'm so confused.
To like, what's going on? To the double middle fingers, you know, to the thanks for the 20 bands.
Thanks for the 20 bandos.
Now, in total, he made about $30,000 on this coin. He then launched another coin called I'm Sorry, where he rug pulled that for about $10,000, and then launched another coin about his dog, which he also rug pulled for another $10,000.
The kid said, you know what's better than scamming dummies once? Twice. And you know what's better than 2 times? 3. This man went for the back-to-back-to-back triple heat scammerooski. And every time people kept putting money into it, and he kept rugging them. He made 50 grand off people putting money into his shitcoins. So he rugged them the first time with Quant. Then you've got all of the investors hitting their whippets and feeling really sorry for themselves. So the kid comes back with the I'm Sorry coin. They're like, okay, maybe this is the redemption arc. I'll put money into this one. Surely it won't happen again. Bang. It happens again. And then fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times, I need to check myself into the Arkham Asylum, a mental institution. I need to be fucking locked up because somehow they went back again. Not just for seconds, for thirds. They bought into another shitcoin from the kid, which he rugged immediately too. He rugged the same people 3 times for a profit of $50,000. Holy shit. This wasn't taking candy from a baby. This was a baby taking candy from you.
You can see that all here. Here's his $30,000 rug pull. Then he does the sorry rug pull for $13,000, I guess. And then finally, his dog Lucy rugs for $11,000. And I gotta say, the third time, maybe you could have said the first time, he caught you. The second time, he got you. He said sorry, you thought it was real. The third time, you deserve that one. Actually, if you bought into this, you probably deserved all 3. It's very, it's embarrassing that this is like a popular thing.
Coffeezilla pins the tail on the donkey. You deserve all 3. 100%. It is beyond embarrassing. Being an adult with money and investing in a 13-year-old's meme coin on a fucking service called Pump.Fun, which, by the way, Coffeezilla brings it up in his video, so I recommend you check that out if you want more insight on it. Pump.Fun is the one that makes all of the money from these, and your odds of actually making money from it are unbelievably low, to the point where you almost have the same odds of just winning the lottery straight up. Like, people go in there with the assumption that, oh, I'm here early, yes, it's probably a scam, but I will be the one that capitalizes off the scam. The data actually suggests, and Coffeezilla goes over it, that is so rare because you fail to take into account the insider trading. You're not the one that's in on the scam, you are the victim, no matter how much you think you're not. So, you will likely never be the one that benefits from the rug that inevitably comes with these shitcoins. Now, the story is still not over because the kid that created Quant, well, it actually didn't die with the rug pull. You see, some of the people that put money into it were so salty that they decided to run it up, and they brought the market cap to a crazy number. I don't remember exactly what the number is, but they drove the value through the fucking roof.
Tens of millions of dollars of market cap. The kid's supply, they say, would have supposedly been worth, like $2 million or $1.2 million. You can see that here. His original holdings worth $1.28 million. And then they doxed the kid, which, is really bad. But I think it's funny. Like, people are like, ooh, we got you because you rugged us and then we made it worth a lot of money. But you would have never done that if he didn't rug pull you. I don't know. It's just so, it doesn't make any sense. And honestly, it sounds like cope from people who are trying to do a secondary scam where they got scammed and then they need people to buy in so they can get out of the token.
Apparently the logic was they wanted to make the kid feel bad, like, you got 30 grand, but your supply could have actually been worth millions, That was the thought process there, like, make him feel like a fucking idiot for it. Not us, the adults that got scammed by a 13-year-old. But as Coffeezilla said, it really feels like the reason they did that is because they lost that money, they got upset about it, so then they pumped it themselves in order to get other people to buy into it so they could get out. So that way they could get their money back from the scam. So the whole thing is a fucking mess. It is degeneracy from top to bottom here. And they doxed the 13-year-old as well. It's just craziness that grown adults that are capable of using a computer are not capable of recognizing that giving money to a 13-year-old's shitcoin is a bad idea. And then not only that, they do it again. And then they do it again. That is literally putting your hand on a hot stove 3 times before you realize that it's hot. And in fact, I don't even know if they came to that conclusion because he stopped at 3 shitcoins as far as I could tell. If he launched a 4th shitcoin, he could have probably kept doing this and continuously farming them forever. An infinite money glitch off of the same people that he initially scammed. Like, that's mind-boggling. So yeah, I just had to talk about this because holy shit. That's really about it. So yeah. I have a history of making fun of as seen on TV products, God rest their soul. It's unfortunately a dying art form in the modern age. As seen on TV products in the big 2024 is a certified Celtics Shaq moment. It's not nearly as prevalent anymore, so gone are the days of the household names, the greats like Billy Mays, Vince ShamWow, Anthony Sully fucking Sullivan. It's just not something that a lot of people pay attention to anymore, so infomercials don't get made as much. However, there are still as seen on TV products that hit the market. And I think the main place people get them is Walmart and Target. They have entire like sections towards the checkout that are dedicated just to as seen on TV slop that you've probably never heard of. And every time I'm checking out at a Walmart or a Target, I'm always drawn to seeing what new items just hit the shelves. And I always see tack glasses just standing proud, fucking patriotic. There's nothing more American than tack glasses. The only thing that might come close is a Budweiser and a cheeseburger. But I always see tack glasses on the shelf, and I've always been tempted to get them. Throughout the years, I made a couple videos on them, even tested them like 8 years ago about their Indestructible claim. I even made a video like a little over a year ago, just joking about the goofy Nick Bolton commercials with these. And today I decided to pick some up because I saw a new competitor entered the Thunderdome. A new champion into the Crucible, Battle Vision. I just put these on, and this is just purely the void now. This is what the Daredevil sees. My face may be too slim to wear these. I don't know whose face fits this besides like a Roblox character. They are absolutely fucking massive. Like they go like 3 inches off both sides of my face. But anyway, I wanted to put them head to head with the classic tack glasses. So I picked them both up, and we're going to be running them through all of the most rigorous testing that my little noodle can cook up. But before that, here's absolutely something that you should be picking up. Goof Juice, my Gamersupps flavor. It's available now. There's a huge sale going on. Gamersupps.gg/moist. There's a link in the description. It's the best flavor of any beverage you'll ever taste in your life. I wore these puppies in the field, in a car out in public, and I imagine I scared all the other drivers on the road because I was getting fucking furiously tactical with these bad boys on. So I was looking around trying to see if I could find some like high definition birds like in the commercials. Then I hot swapped over to the Battle Visions. And man, it was a whole new ballgame. I look like Cyclops out of the X-Men. So in terms of style, I prefer the tack glasses, but some of you out there might prefer wearing the entire fucking kitchen sink that Battle Vision offers. I guess it's like full protection in case the sun tries to flank you. You're kind of covered all the way around. Before moving on to the next set of tests, I just have to mention how adorable I find this fixation on like tactical battle-ready sunglasses for the average Walmart Target shopper. It's like you see this shit up there and there's like an American flag and fucking eagles flying through with bombs dropping. It's like, you need tack glasses to survive. Like, this is how you protect your family with the right pair of glasses. So, like, I've already shown you mini tack glasses commercials, but let me show you the Battle Vision one because they share very similar DNA.
This is Battle Vision by Atomic Beam, inspired by U.S. soldiers that depend on clear vision to hit their targets. Hi, I'm Hunter Ellis, and I wear Battle Vision by Atomic Beam for crystal clear vision when it matters most. Battle Vision lets you see in high definition. Unlike regular glasses, these high-tech HD polarized lenses help you see objects the naked eye can't detect.
When you're out in the field looking for terrorists, these Battle Visions can help you detect them even if they're wearing ghillie suits in the jungle. It's one of those beautiful fucking infomercials, and I had never seen the Battle Visions ever being sold at Walmart or Target, so today was a special day. I knew I had to pick these puppies up and check out the commercial. So let's move on to the next set of tests. Performing a stare directly into sun test. Battle Vision, test 1. Ugh. Not optimal. Definitely still took a bit of radiant damage. Swapping to tack vision, tack glasses. Preload. Staring directly at sun. Ooh. Not. In tack glasses and Battle Vision's defense, they never claim that you can stare directly at the sun with them. This isn't like a, solar eclipse totality moment or anything like that. They're not making bold claims, but I think it's always best to be ready, and I think Nick Bolton would agree. If you're going to be tactical, you have to consider everything an enemy, including the sun. In fact, especially the sun. That's the ultimate terrorist. It's always blasting you with harmful UV radiation. So if I can stare that bitch in the eye, then that's all the more safe for me and my family. So I wanted to see how well both Battle Vision and tack glasses performed if staring directly at the sun, and neither really helped me that much. It still felt like I was just kind of raw dogging it. Like, it didn't really feel like it offered too much of a protection between my tender little peepers and that absolute fucking monster up there. Endurance test. see how long I can stare at sun. Tack glasses. We'll see. We'll go for duration. So I'm not expecting for complete immunity here, but maybe just reducing the amount of damage to my cornea. Test 1 for endurance. Okay, PB. Tack glasses, I think 2 seconds, maybe-ish. Maybe I'll put a counter on screen. Swapping. Battle vision. Same criteria, endurance. Fuck, okay. Oh god, okay, yep. Alright, I'll have to check with an optometrist to see damage and get those numbers back, and then we can maybe extrapolate based on that. So I recognize you can't see my eyes through the glasses, but what I tried to do is just like Clockwork Orange style, like eyes wide open, like actually fucking peeled. So I went up and I did like one of these directly at the sun for as long as I could, but obviously that shit burned. Like, it didn't feel good. Obviously looking at the sun never feels good. But I still tried, and I think I maybe got like a little over a second on both. Neither one of them really equipped me with more time staring directly at the sun. I guess the only situation, the only tactical situation I could see arising that would have you looking at the sun is if there's an enemy Apache overhead, and you happen to be wearing your tack glasses and you hear it but can't see it, so you look up trying to locate it, and you're trying to find it through the sunlight that's blinding you. Neither one of them gives you a ton of time to locate it, but perhaps the polarized lenses will let you track it down in high definition much quicker, so you don't need to be staring at the sun all that long, so you can triangulate it. But either way, I didn't last very long looking directly at the sun.
Optical clarity. Battle vision can be twisted and tortured without breaking. The lenses can withstand hard drops and knocks. Sand, rocks, glass, even metal are no match for battle vision.
Now we're gonna put it through the torture test here. So battle vision claims that they can be like twisted and, you know, fucking pretzeled around and they're gonna survive, so we're gonna try that. And then I'm going to show the tack glasses claim as well, and we're going to just put them all to the test. So let's see how it does with just like some twisting and turning. So far, not bad. Well, nope, that broke. Is this, what? Is this maybe like a different model? Like maybe this is the one that's not twisty and turnable? Because I feel like this should count, right? Like I shouldn't be able to do that, right? You would think. Because, I mean, he was, like, fucking cranking on it like a Thanksgiving turkey, and it was fine, but I can just immediately twist those off, and they don't, like, snap back on. Maybe it's just this part that's fine, but I feel like that doesn't help, because now this is really sharp, so if I put this on, I'm gonna start fucking bleeding, because they're gonna poke me. But I feel like even that, like, yeah, I can immediately pop that out. Well, that's a claim that's immediately debunked. Yep, that's super easily breakable. I'm not going to do that. I don't want that fucking shards of that flying everywhere. The battle vision didn't live up to that claim even slightly. Like, not even close. Like, I feel like if I twisted that all the way, it's going to pop the entire thing out and shatter. So, I'm going to not do that, because I'm already feeling it fucking flex and make little creaks. Not super satisfied with that.
The secret is the special composite frames. So durable, it can survive getting run over by my 6,000-pound Humvee. But that doesn't impress you anymore, does it? So, we need to go bigger. And to make things really interesting, let's add a few other brands to the mix. Here we go! As you can see, this 10-ton troop carrier just destroyed these other sunglasses. But our tack glass is elite, still in one piece, and ready to wear.
Now, that commercial was for Tack Glasses Elite. I couldn't find Tack Glasses Elite for sale pretty much anywhere, and I even looked online and they weren't really selling Tack Glasses Elite, at least not easily accessible. So I'm wondering if they kind of just took all Tack Glasses and made them Elite, like put that technology in all of them. So this is the one that they sell at Walmart, and it looks similar, but it's missing the chassis, like, I don't know, the thing that goes under it. I don't know the anatomy of sunglasses. I'm not a huge sunglass wearer personally. So I don't know, but I'm still going to put it through the same criteria just to see. Because it feels like it's probably going to be okay. This has a lot of like flex to it and a lot of give. So it's probably not going to break. Well, actually, no, maybe. Yeah, see, like this feels better than the battle vision. Like I can already kind of DNA helix that. Well, nope. Never mind. It really just seems like it's... Yeah. So again, this could be just an issue of I don't have the right kind. Because these both are kind of breaking. The frames seem a lot more durable. It's not creaking and cracking as much. So that's nice. So I guess like in terms of... Alright. So I guess in terms of strength, they're about equal. They both break really easily. So like this sheared right here, like that just blew up. That's not very tactical. Like in there, you can get run over by a Humvee and your glasses are okay. Your body's broken, but your glasses are fine, so they could easily identify your body based on your good style wearing tack glasses. But with the ones that you can get at Walmart, I guess not.
Now that's what I call military tough. Okay, what else? How about freezing them in a block of ice? No problem. Boiling them in 212-degree water? Good to go. Okay, but what about smashing them with a sledgehammer? Barely a scratch.
I actually redid my garage recently and bought a tractor tire so I could use it for some workouts. And I can just hit this shit with a sledgehammer to test that tack glasses claim. So I did. I put both the tack glasses and battle vision through some rigorous sledgehammer testing. So I teed the tack glasses up here and got ready for my first clobber. And the only thing that happened with the first whack was that it popped the lenses out of the frame, but the frame was fine. The lenses had a couple scratches on them from the impact, but still very usable in a tactical situation. So the second big hit was like a fucking piñata exploding, and that did split the tack glasses, but honestly, if you were in a situation where someone had you like tied down and they hit you in the face with a sledgehammer and you had your tack glasses on, they'd at least survive the first hit, which ain't bad. The second hit, though, not so much. But the frames were okay. Next up was the battle vision. I had a theory that battle vision probably wouldn't last as long. I imagine the first hit would probably kill this thing. And I was right. The first hit just immediately blew up the lens. So, not nearly as strong as tack glasses, but admittedly, battle vision never made the claim to be sledgehammer proof. Just to keep things even, I gave it a second hit as well, and this one was just as bad for it. Once again, the frames were fine, so that's good that the frames can survive a sledgehammer impact, but they can't survive just being jostled around in your hands. I guess that's not exactly fair to say. I wasn't just, like, jostling them around in my hands. I was ripping and tearing at them like some Doom shit. Like, I was bending them all kinds of different directions, and they weren't able to survive that, even though both in their demonstrations showed that they should be able to flex and do all that without breaking. So, overall, not indestructible, not even close, and I guess if I had to choose which one would be best, I'd probably have to go with tack glasses, not only because I prefer the sleek look, but also, I mean, it took one sledgehammer hit pretty well. So, I mean, that's cool. Like, that's pretty cool. That's about it. So, yeah.
Oh my god, it's spelled turd.
Oh, nice.
They got it turtle.
No, I'm pretty sure it's a prolapsed rectum, actually.
Oh, can you get a towel?
I hit his G-spot.
Do you think they would like to poop while looking into each other's eyes?
Ooh. Ah, she's busted.
Not over the computers, please.
Perfectly good, Corvette. It's time for another toy review. We need like a cool jingle, like
We should make it right now before we start with the toys.
So you want to know the coolest toys? Well, tune on in to the coolest boys.
Bum.
That's pretty cool. All right, what's the first toy?
What is it?
What do we got, Matt?
It's a Gotta Go Flamingo.
Let's go.
She's gotta go.
Yeah, no, we got the
that's the Gotta Go.
I was gonna say,
Oh
it
my
looks like a
god, it's
dinosaur.
spelled turd.
Oh, nice.
The Gotta Go turtle.
This one's cool. Alright, so we just feed Shelbert, his neck will wiggle, and then he'll shit.
That's when you know I've got a shit too, when I'm sitting in my meetings going like this.
Yeah, like seizing up.
Matt, is it poo-poo time?
Yeah.
Alright, it is one of
I
those.
guess so. Oh yeah, try it out. Wait, maybe this?
Oh.
Oh, gotta go. Oh, gotta
Why is she 90? Wait, is it a he?
No, it's Shelbert, so yeah, it is a he.
The little here? Also, if you look down here, pretty sure his tail is like in the toilet.
No, no, I'm pretty sure it's a prolapsed rectum, actually.
This is why our
toy
toy review is better than Ryan's. Does he ever teach you about prolapsed rectums and scary penis turtles? Turtle penises? Here, you want me to help?
What is a prehensile penis?
Yeah. You want me to read the instructions,
Yes,
or do we just?
please.
All right.
Well, actually, let's see if we can. I mean, this is what age.
It worked last time when we put Alka-Seltzer in its mouth, and it just foamed out of all his crevices.
Oh,
can you get a towel?
He's giggling. I hit his G-spot.
What?
Wait, what? Oh, wait, I forgot it talks back to you.
It just said G-spot.
It really liked it.
Do it again, Shelburne.
Oh, wait, I forgot it talks back to you. It just said G-spot. It really liked it. Do it again, Sheldon.
This shit is haunted. Feed him, feed him.
Quick, Matt.
He's gonna blow out his ass.
Hold him off the toilet so he stops moving.
He just broke his neck.
Dude.
Oh. Matt, he's gonna OD.
What? Why does he make these horrid sounds? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Why does he keep moving?
Hey, don't cover him. There you go.
Oh, Matt.
Are you sure we're supposed to put water in them?
No, I'm not. Caleb brought. Can you read the instructions?
Oh, the water goes in the toilet. Here, wait, dump it out of his mouth into the toilet. He was a little full. Alright, put him on. You gotta go.
Come on, take a shit. Take a shit.
You can tell by the way his neck's gyrating that it's...
Oh, it's coming.
Oh, he's pooping.
He's shitting.
What's happening?
He's shitting.
Do you see it, Danny?
I do see it. Oh,
It
yeah.
just dropped to the bottom. That was huge.
Is he done?
No. He's fucking mocking us.
Yeah, this guy's an
Bitch,
asshole.
feed him more. I'm arguing with a turtle. Oh my god.
Let's go, Shelbert. Shelbert.
Oh, there he goes. This is horrifying. Kids play with this.
This is cool.
Now, did you say it's slime? Like you can play with it now?
You're supposed to be able to play
Here,
with
go
it,
ahead.
I think.
Yeah, play with it.
Shut the fuck up, Shelbert.
Oh, you know what it is? It's that, hydro... You're going in timeout. It's,
like the sand?
hydrophobic sand or whatever it's called.
Okay, well, that was the opposite.
That was stupid. All right.
Here, we'll just...
All right, Shelbert, the gotta go turtle gets a 10.
Oh, yeah, wow.
Out of 10?
Yeah, this is a must-have this Christmas season.
Here, wait, I wanna put this one on.
In 10 months.
Yeah, pre-order now.
This is like made by our defense force.
Yeah, DARPA's gotta go turtle. All right. So, not really a kid's toy. This is a toy for adults. Adam and Eve. You can find all your favorite adult toys that you could possibly imagine on there. I would guess catalog is robust, full of fantastic toys. And if you want to get a discount, you can use code DEFENSE at Adam and Eve to get 50% off one item and free shipping to the US and Canada with some exclusions. That's adamandeve.com using code DEFENSE for 50% off one item with free shipping to the US and Canada with some exclusions.
Good work.
Probably won't be an Adam and Eve toy in this one, but what do we got, Matt?
Well, you gotta do the jingle before I open every box.
No, we'll just replay. We'll replay the same one.
I think we can make a new jingle for each toy.
All right,
There you go.
go ahead. It's
So you want to take the hottest shit? Why not get here with Matt, that bitch?
yeah.
I don't know. Oh wait, this is
That's a gotta go flamingo.
this is a gotta go flamingo.
Do you think they would like to poop while looking into each other's eyes?
Oh.
I
You think they'd mimic each other if you, like iPhones, if you set them next to each other?
Yes, I do.
All right, so it looks like we have two options. This is probably like the organic greens, so probably the healthier option.
Yep, this is perfect.
Yeah, that's like
Don't they
sour
normally
gummy
only
worm.
eat pink stuff and that's why they're pink though? Like,
flamingos in real life.
Yeah, Yeah. like they eat shrimp
And
Right,
krill
like,
or whatever.
Yeah, shellfish.
Yeah, anything pink, and they get the pigment in them.
Oh, we also still have this.
Oh, what if we mix?
Cross-contaminate.
Nobody's ever done that before. Here, you wanna do it?
Matt, which one would you say has a better unboxing experience?
They're both fucking horrible, I'm not gonna lie. Here's this. Oh, she has a bib. This is huge.
Oh, this is nice. She's clearly like coming from a more privileged upbringing.
Yeah. This has the worst boxing experience. These are made by the same company. Why is it so
Yeah, I was
different?
gonna say, I don't think Shower was in that.
Ooh, her legs are rubber, and that feels bad.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. She's got like a hook on her wing.
That's fine. She didn't like where I touched her. You got goofy little legs.
Her little legs are weird.
Alright, fill up that toilet bowl, Matt.
Why did it sounded like a old country farmer. Alright, we've got a full toilet.
She's really hungry. She's gluttonous. Here it comes.
Oh, gotta go. Uh-oh, gotta go.
This is gonna be a cool one.
Oh, gotta go. Uh-oh,
Here, I'll feed into it.
Yeah.
It's like a Pokemon battle.
This is insane. Shoulder, use tackle. Oh god, we forgot water.
Yeah, he's a shitty.
He's dry. Wait, water came out of him.
Oh, you
true.
did pour water into him.
That has nothing to do with it.
He's got the squirts. Alright, so I give
Yeah.
Sherbert a 10.
But they're both 10s.
Yep.
We're opening a dark portal I think, between them. Alright, let's get the fuck out of here. Oh my god. We're on to the next toy. That must be started with a jingle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's... Hey kids, what the fuck is that? It's a brand new toy and it's Big Matt.
Yeah! Wait, this is Lava Lamp and Glitter Tube Factory Science Cavity Activity Set.
Alright.
Let's get it. It kind of looks on the back like there's like acetaminophen bottles in here. Oh, it absolutely does.
It's a lot of Advil.
Oh,
Very
shit!
cool.
Wait! We won! We get Mr. Beast's factory!
We did it!
Claim your rebates? What?
Yeah, I don't know this. I'm actually gonna like learn today.
Here, hold out your hands. I more meant like 1-1. We're gonna. It's weird that they only give us one set.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a team game.
Do you think we go in with no instructions again?
What is this supposed to be?
I don't know if we don't look at the instructions. We have glycerin, citric
for
acid.
your own pharmacy.
I'm not gonna lie, both of these give me kidney stones. Do you want the instructions or no?
We can probably make a lava lamp.
All right, let's do it.
Probably starts with glycerin, I bet.
Now, do you think, here, let's use measurements. Let's use 30 cc, no, 25 cc's of glycerin.
I'd say 25 is safe too.
All right, do we pour it in here?
Yeah, so don't eat it and don't flush it down the sink.
You want me to pour it in?
Mm-hmm.
My lava lamps were always more full than this as a kid.
Well, that's with the citric acid, so it's going to expand.
Okay, can I add in food coloring too?
Yeah. Be careful because this is going to really start to expand.
Yeah.
Quickly.
Like elephant toothpaste, which we were good at.
So that's
You've
gonna-
essentially made Jello.
Yeah, it's going to start to rise.
You forgot the sodium bicarbonate.
Put in the sodium bicarbonate. Oh, here it comes. Watch out.
It's working.
This toy is hard to make exciting.
Alright, look at the instructions. What did we do wrong? Oh, we have no glycerin.
Well, it is electric. We missed that step.
What do you mean?
Assembling the LED flasher.
What?
Did we not get everything? All right.
That's cool.
You just toss it in there and it works.
Okay.
It's just starting to fizz.
Yeah, it's gonna rise. That's the sodium bicarbonate. When does this turn into a lava lamp?
I don't know. This goes down here. If it stays. All right, it lights up. We go here. What? Wow.
You're supposed to like add water.
All right, we were supposed to like. They did not give us any of this stuff. They're making like little red circles in a tray. You don't want to make these.
We can make one anyway.
Yeah, who needs measuring? Let's just do it. It said more of this than that, I think. So we'll...
That's probably right.
Yeah, it looks right.
This should be edible. There we go. Open it up.
Dump her in.
I didn't get past that page. You okay with this going in there?
Yeah, I'm sure it won't hurt anything.
There's our globs.
This is gonna look really cool in the lamp.
We need oil.
Go get oil.
And tap water. Tap water.
We're running out of space though, so hurry.
All right, so let me add in a little water.
All right, yeah, get the water in.
Oh God, we are running out of space quickly. Oh Jesus!
No, it's
Cap
happening. Cap it.
Ah, she's busted.
Not over the computers,
Get it, a
please.
perfectly good carpet. Dump it. Wait, now we're out of glycerin.
Now we have no glycerin.
Quick, add the oil.
It's the only thing that can save us.
Well, that was that toy.
That was cool, Charles.
Yeah, I say it's a 5.
I'm glad you played with that.
That was a fun toy.
We should have fed that to the Gotta Go Flamingo.
Yeah, it would have just been like this bloody explosion.
Oh, that would have been gross.
That would have been cool. All right, thanks for the toys.
I mean, I think it's...
Is it Kellogg's?
Yeah, thanks Kellogg's for the
Thanks Kellogg's for the Gotta Go's.
Thanks, not Chip Skylark. Who did we like recently?
Clay Aiken.
Thanks Clay Aiken for the toys. Send some more when you get a chance.
All right, that was good.
See ya.
This one's for you, Gwyneth Paltrow. Congrats on the court victory over Goofball McKenzie or whatever, the guy in the ski slopes. Congrats, that was a big win.
About that. That was huge.
Yeah, so now we're going to be testing out all of your absolutely awful products from Goop.
What if we get sued by Gwyneth Paltrow?
Yeah, well, yeah.
I mean, I
think
think was being sued.
we'd be doing the suing because this is all garbage.
It really is. We've
is
already
garbage.
played around with a little bit of it. So yeah, we're going through all the shitty cool products from Goop.com.
Do you want to... So here, we can start clearing things off. Do you want to start with the pelvic clock?
I'd love to. If you want to really show how it's done, you could use the pelvic clock on the table.
That's what I was just about to do, yeah.
They tell you what it fixes.
Oh! What do you mean? Ah!
Where are you putting it?
On my ass, like a little
Wait,
over
sit
my
up for a
ass.
second so I can see where it is.
Is this not right?
No,
Is it
go a
down
little
there?
lower.
Lower?
It's got to be on your pelvis. Think where like your tail would
Oh,
be.
that's better.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She knows what she's doing.
No, that still hurts when I lean back.
All right, so we're going to start with pelvic rotations.
Okay.
These are 3 to 9 pelvic rotations. You've got 9 on a clock and 3 on a clock. So you're going to rotate there.
Yep.
And then this way.
How far?
Just to 9.
Okay, is this 9?
Yep, and then come back.
Okay.
How's that feel?
Not good.
It says repeat 10 times.
You really need this, Charlie.
I think so too.
Maybe I gotta open up my pelvic clock.
On the front, it tells you what it's recommended for. And then there's all these stretches, but they don't tell you which one is good for what. It's
Also,
just like
read what it's recommended for. It's like depression and shit too.
spinal stenosis, hip pain, herniated disc, piriformis syndrome, scoliosis, spondylolisthesis, spondylolisthesis. Those are 2 separate ones, by the way. Sway back posture, and that's it.
No, they definitely advertise like a depression.
I'm sure there are more online. They just only had this little paper. Do you want to try a different one?
Yeah.
All right, here's your Cora Organics.
Okay. There it is. What is it? How to use to enhance your hashtag #NoniGlow. What? What does that mean? What is a Noni Glow?
Well, I have Noni Glow over here. Noni Glow face oil.
Oh, so to enhance your hashtag Noni Glow, apply the Noni Glow face oil to facial areas after cleansing and misting.
We've done that, of course.
Yeah, we're way past that. Then you use the rose quartz heart to gently massage your face and neck in an upward-outward motion starting from the neck area. So here, you put that on, and I'll scrape you.
I knew there was 0% chance that this oil was going on his face. Whoa! It's like olive oil.
Yeah, it's very, very goopy.
All right, so I just apply it to my face.
Yeah, and neck. So into your face and neck, and then I'll come in with the scraping in an upward motion. It's supposed to revitalize and depuff the face. So get ready.
My face puffed?
Well, we'll find out.
That's just my... Okay.
Which side of the heart am I supposed to use? I'll just use all the sides. Try friction.
I put no oil there.
Here, we'll go to number 3. Oh, there's a lot of oil there.
Yeah,
Okay.
whoa.
I'm about to depuff the shit out of this.
Whoa.
Monique's not even gonna recognize you when you get home.
Who's that sexy plankton? Or not plankton, Squidward.
I was gonna say, Matt's gonna come in tomorrow, he's gonna be like the flounder from SpongeBob where he turns sideways, you can't see him anymore.
I'm sculpting. It's weird, that like the cheekbone fits right into this.
Oh,
Hey, look
whoa,
at that.
wait, yeah. The cheekbone is very heart-shaped.
Wait, how do I look?
Pretty good. Whoa.
I'm gonna depuff my nose.
Yeah.
Oh, only up. Holy shit, I was puffing.
Yeah, no, you gotta depuffalize.
Yeah. Imagine going in the wrong direction.
Double check some of these things
I'm
back
just
here.
gonna, yep, this is good.
Yeah, just freestyle it for a second. Alright, that was a cool one.
We're turning me into a pizza. Now that I'm all oiled up, we can bake my face.
I forgot about this one.
A little face oven.
Oh yeah, a little face spectralite. All right, so you're gonna wanna put that on. I'll break it in, I guess. But Matt's already got all the prerequisites met.
Yeah, I'm oiled.
Does it just have to stay plugged in?
Oh, it does.
All right, I'm turning it off so we don't waste any.
Yeah, don't ruin the sweetness.
Matt, turn it off.
You just gotta.
Okay,
you just gotta
all right,
go
I'm
on.
going in. I didn't even read it.
There's bacteria, and you're using red to get rid of the epidermis.
You look like a Captain America villain.
A Captain America villain. I feel pretty good actually.
Warnings: do not look directly into the lights.
Well.
Okay, I'll tell you.
Use
in 3
device
minutes.
only on clean, dry skin.
Oh.
So I'm glad we didn't put it on mine.
Okay, yeah, you would have died. What's it do?
That's. They really don't want to tell you that. Oh, using the high performance power of natural light therapy in just 3 minutes a day.
Mm-hmm.
Good work. Treat acne and wrinkles over your entire face. Inspired by the same medical grade LED tech used in Dr. Gross's dermatology office, Spectra Light Facewear Pro those were words. Is an at-home hands-free wearable device that uses anti-aging red light. So basically it's a crock shit.
Or it's the fountain of youth.
I just don't believe that.
I've done no
I can
research.
Oh yeah, can we see some testimonials? Oh.
We don't need the testimonials. We saw the before and we're about to see the after.
That's true.
You got like another 30 seconds, Charles, and you can take it off.
Which is going to be red.
Yeah.
Just full
Right,
red.
you can extract yourself.
Yep.
Alright. Jacking out.
Wow.
How do I look?
I barely even recognize you. You look amazing.
You look like you're 5. Wow.
Well, I've de-aged. Amazing.
Wow.
Do you want to try it on?
Didn't we get another one? I'll try the other.
This one's the high hair dose. Oh,
High-
higher dose. It looked like there was another H there.
The high hair dose. I'm losing my hair. I could use that. Does this do anything for hair loss?
I'm sure she has something for that.
She must. This one's got a fancy box.
It is a
Whoa!
That's it. That looks like a do-it-yourself mask
This
where you
does.
used to make like little planes out of plastic in school. Oh my god, this one is repulsive.
You look like an anglerfish, yeah.
What the fuck does that top thing do?
Oh, it makes sure that I can't escape.
Oh, here's the instructions. It goes to this.
Is that charged?
I'd say probably not, but plug it in there and let me...
Can we plug me into a wall?
The first page is called the
Or a
medical
computer.
warning.
Oh.
That was so fucking bright.
Yeah, you're getting cooked in there,
Oh my
brother.
god. Smells like my oils.
I feel like the elderly would be the main clientele for these.
You guys should remember when you guys were gonna make your EDM band. These should be
these
your
are the
masks that
masks.
you wear.
And they line up with the music.
Yeah.
Right, you want me to turn you on?
Turn me on. Give me purple. I want a deep tissue. Yeah.
Woo! Wow, I can't see them.
I can actually see fine.
This one's like full blast. Oh, wait, this one has a 10-minute setting and a 20-minute setting. No extra colors, though.
I assume that one has the same...
Oh, that's the fridge. I thought this started making a noise.
I assume that has the same goals as this one.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait.
Very nice. Alright, well these are clearly working, so...
You want the next package?
Yeah, I think I gave Gwyneth Paltrow too much of a hard time. She's got some quality products. Oh, I'm sorry, yeah.
Well, yeah, we didn't say how much all of this junk was. But at the end, we can do a little, like...
You can have Aaron put them up on screen when you guys are playing with them.
Exactly.
Yeah, so this is the ear seed kit for sexual wellness. The ear has many acupressure points with different benefits. Ear seeds apply a gentle, constant pressure point to connect mind and body to produce desired relief.
All right. We're going to give you a boner on camera.
It says, use tweezers to pull seed plus adhesive from the strip and place on point. Press down firmly to secure... What? Okay, these are the seeds, I'm guessing.
Yeah, and they've got little diamonds on them. What I'm going to ask you is please do not lose this in my ear because this video will end with me in the ER getting something extracted.
No, they'd be like, oh, I see you purchased the ear seed kit.
Yes. Let me get that for you and has
You're
your
the
boner
12th
lasted?
one today.
So, position E for aphrodisiac. Oh, this one's going
E, don't do E. Let's go away from E.
What?
That's my ear canal.
Yeah, that's that's where the aphrodisiac gland is.
What were the other? B is sexual function. A is desire. Let's start with A. Give me A.
Fine.
And I'm gonna go at a bit of an angle so nothing goes in.
Okay, coward. Don't pull away.
What?
Is it working?
Wait, hang on, let me look. How's it feeling?
It's good.
All right, now you have to keep it there for 3 to 5 days.
I'll check in with you guys in 5 days.
If I don't see that on your ear tomorrow, I'm gonna be real mad.
Oh God.
All right, we'll do the full combo.
I'm feeling stimulated.
Have you used the seeds before? Are you familiar with these?
Yeah.
You've used the seeds?
Not for the sexual function points that I know of, but like acupuncturists will put ear seeds on you.
Okay.
And then you just, rub them as you go through.
You think they work?
I don't think there's anything negative.
I can't ask any other questions without HR getting involved.
Okay, so that's sexual function zone.
All right, that's good stuff.
We'll leave it there. We'll check
You don't
in.
want one?
No. I'm already functioning at peak male efficiency. This would do nothing for me.
$45.
Oh, it's actually much cheaper than I thought for that.
This is a very weird purchase. Was this just for somebody's home? It's just...
Oh yeah, that's
Accidentally.
It got in the cart. I don't know how.
$12. That's okay.
That's probably the best thing that was on there.
Honestly, it's the only thing that's probably gonna work.
Celio espresso
I
maker.
click confirm order and it passed.
All right, we can make some espresso later.
All right, thanks Gwyneth for the espressos.
Oh boy, the ball of bangles.
Oh, ball of bangles.
These contain 1 pair of 1 pound wrist and ankle weights.
Yeah, a whole 1 pound of added resistance. That's gonna be huge.
I gotta help you guys with like the gaming lessons.
Oh,
right,
that's actually pretty smart. That's probably what the clientele was for the balabangles.
Yeah. Wait, that's only one?
No, this is a bunch of them. This is like what Rock Lee had. So now you take...
Oh no.
Oh wait, no, wait.
And then these are stuck
Yeah.
together. There you go.
Okay.
Wait, you're supposed to wear that whole thing around your wrist?
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be like a little band.
They're
So did I.
flexible. Here.
And they look cool.
Yeah, at least they look nice.
It's like you treated me for Mother's Day.
I'm walked in.
Wow. That's great for expediting carpal tunnel while working.
I'll work on my basketball shot with it.
You'll drop them and you'll airball everything over the hoop.
Yeah, I'll be too strong by the end of it.
Well, that was
cool.
Wildly anticlimactic.
This is a good one.
You want both?
I don't know if I can handle both. I'll stick with just one.
We've got one more, and let me tell you, we saved the best for last.
What do we got?
The Theracup.
What is it?
That looks a lot like pocket pussy.
Oh, this is the cupping.
Yeah, this is cupping. We're gonna cup each other.
That's right, I forgot.
Because
self-explanatory, I already cracked it. So this is suck mode, that's heat mode, that's
vibrate.
Yeah, vibrate mode.
All right, so take your shirt off. I'm gonna cup your back.
Hold on, don't cup my back. My back is sensitive. Just do like my upper arm or something.
You're just gonna have a big bruise on your.
Why'd you just take it apart?
Is that no? I think that's what you're supposed to do.
No, that's the cup.
Oh.
You want it in the middle of the clock?
No, do somewhere we can see it.
All right, like here.
Yeah.
No, that's too low. Go a little
like
higher.
up there.
Yeah, that's why it looks like a store.
No, that's too close to my spine. Now you're scared. Okay, now I'm getting scared.
How about here?
Spinal fluid.
Can you do the right side?
It's just gonna like compress a little bit. It's not gonna do anything. Do it.
Thank you.
Oh.
Are you okay?
It just doesn't feel good.
I don't know how to emergency stop.
Okay, yeah. Can you stop it? It's hurting.
Wow.
That wasn't right.
Is the blood flow better?
You got a donut on your back.
Why?
It definitely was not right.
Why don't you think that was right?
Because it just wasn't.
Okay.
Ready? You were okay?
Yeah.
Oh, you got heat and vibration on this one.
Oh, okay.
How you
It
feel?
doesn't feel good.
Does it feel bad?
Not too bad.
Oh.
But it doesn't feel good.
Should I stop it?
How much does it suck?
That's the most. I mean, it's doing its thing.
I'm just gonna hit the power button and stop it.
Oh, she sucks.
Yeah, that's good for blood flow. You can
Is
tell.
it working?
It's working.
All right. Well, I want better blood flow. Keep going. Now I'm addicted.
Give you extra. All right. That's what it normally looks
Yeah,
like.
that is what it looks like.
I cannot wait for that to be taken out of context.
Does it look like good blood flow?
It does.
Yeah, it does.
It's like you're getting circles of blood flow.
Oh, that's awesome.
Now make a Venn diagram, man.
No, that's probably enough.
You're done being cupped?
Oh well, my blood flow's already enhanced so much.
That's honestly probably the best thing we like. It works.
It worked.
It's real.
If you believe in cupping, it'll
Yeah,
get
if you
the
like
job
cupping,
done.
it'll cup you.
All right, so 1 out of 6 ain't bad.
Yeah.
Well, we also don't know if the seeds work or not yet. We'll have to check in.
Well, I mean, all of it worked. Like
worked,
the
like,
lights turned on and stuff.
It wasn't
I
a
mean, like,
shit.
it's just if you believe in any of it.
It wasn't as shit as I.
These
thought it
don't
would
work.
be.
Jesus, yeah, these don't work.
So yeah, we can have Aaron put the prices up on screen to see the amounts we paid for all these lovely devices.
And I'll live the rest of my life with the Balabangle on.
Yeah, you're gonna be fucking massive.
Be fucking
If
huge.
you use your bangles and your Theracup religiously, whew,
You'll be a fucking machine.
yep. I'm gonna be horny later, so
Yeah.
that's all my stuff did.
All right, thanks, Gwyneth Paltrow.
Thanks. I really want these off my ears.
Well,
But they
yes,
don't come off. I'm getting panicked.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
I have a long history of making content on bad crowdfunding projects. For years, I used to sprinkle a few of those puppies in there, just a little something to satisfy my sweet tooth, a nice little junk food. It was always so silly and fun, but I don't do that content as much anymore because there is such an overabundance of blatant scams and just fraudulent projects that will never actually come to fruition that people still just can't help but to dump their wallet out in hopes that they'll get delivered this panacea that they're being promised or this life-changing invention straight from Jimmy Neutron's lab. And it's just not fun anymore. It's just kind of sad. But today I got recommended a video from YouTube's mysterious algorithm about a rare futuristic e-bike from a channel called Burn Peak. And I recognized the e-bike from an old Indiegogo campaign called Revo. This fantasy factory fuck-up raised over $6.5 million, and then the company just disappeared, leaving their backers in the dark. And they did actually deliver some product, but I never actually bothered to follow up on it. And then randomly today, I got this video from Berm Peak, who reviews it and calls it the worst bicycle ever made. But first, let's jog your memory. What is the Revo, and why did people go feral throwing their money at it?
If you could design your own e-bike, how would you do it? Would it be classy, sexy, or perhaps a bold new design that's elegant yet functional? Want to know more? Introducing Revo, the hubless e-bike.
They treat the marketing for this bike like they're trying to advertise the new Avengers movie here. It just goes so Insano style for no reason at all. And it worked. It was gripping. It had people by the nutsack begging them to put money into this.
You'll be turning heads with Revo's amazingly unique design. The patent-pending hubless wheels are crafted from aerospace-grade alloys and engineered for maximum durability. Revo also rides and handles exceptionally well, thanks to a strong lightweight core. Feel the need for speed? Simply rev the throttle and watch the world slow down.
Engineered by Galileo, brought back to life by our patent-pending necromancy technology, we crafted the Revo out of alloys and polymers that haven't been identified on this planet yet from the year 3000. Yeah, the Revo is everything you thought impossible made possible. But it's not made yet. We need your clams in order for it to be in the corporeal realm. Eventually. Maybe it might. That's the beauty of crowdfunding. There's a good chance it just never exists.
Or, if you prefer, use the incredibly clever pedal assist that adapts to road gradient and provides you with a gentle boost that feels so natural. Ever feel anxious about leaving your bike alone? We feel you. Simply use your fingerprint to lock the bike. A strong wheel lock deploys automatically, out of reach from bolt cutters. No more carrying bulky chains around.
Far be it from me, a simpleton, to question the experts at the Revo think tank. That headquarters must have incalculable neurons firing at all times, but if I may posit, what stops a thief from just picking it up and carrying it away? Yeah, you have a fingerprint scanner, that's awesome. Yeah, maybe it also pops out like a retina scanner and then like a taste bud scanner to ensure that it's you behind it, all this biometric data that it's collecting. But it doesn't, like, the beauty of a chain in a bike is you chain it to something so they can't just walk off with it. Here they can. And in order to solve the problem of them walking off with it, you'd still have to chain it to something, so it doesn't get rid of the need for the chain, you know what I mean? Now, based on the Berm Peak video, I know the answer to this question. No one would ever want to fucking steal it, because it's basically just an elaborate way of killing yourself. Also, it weighs like 2,000 pounds. It's apparently extremely heavy. It's not actually 2,000 pounds, I'm exaggerating, but this thing is like Thor's hammer. Like, it is very fucking heavy, apparently. So maybe that's a part of the anti-theft technologies. It's so heavy, no one would actually want to carry it away. They'd be too exhausted.
An intelligent motion detector activates when the bike is parked. It sounds an alarm and notifies you when someone tries to move your Revo. But we didn't stop there. An integrated GPS also anchors the bike to its parking spot and lets you track its location in real time. Your Revo is yours and yours alone.
In fact, it's not even yours to begin with, because a lot of people never got the Revo that they thought they had paid for through the crowdfunding. Also, I love the idea that it sounds a fucking alarm. Step away from the Revo! We have contacted Judge Dredd. You will be executed. Step away from the Revo.
That raised over $6.7 million on Indiegogo before the company up and vanished, leaving everybody who ordered one without a bicycle or asking for a refund, except for the customer who bought this bicycle. He sold it to me on eBay at a loss after seemingly not riding it at all.
Which is why that eBay seller is probably still alive to tell the tale, because he didn't ride this fucking thing. This is a story as old as time. It's just so standard, unfortunately, where a crowdfunding campaign is extremely successful, rakes in tons and tons of money, oodles of cash, and then the product either never gets delivered, somewhat gets delivered, but not what was advertised. Or, in a case like this, the company and the people behind it, they just poof out of existence.
From what I can find, of the 2,700 people who ordered a Revo hubless bicycle, only about 150 actually got them delivered before everything fell apart. Today, the comment section's full of would-be customers desperately trying to contact Revo. And if you visit Revo's social pages, it's just more of the same. But their website is truly damning, a GoDaddy parking page. That's an obituary if I've ever seen one.
Well, let's not jump the gun here. Hold your horses. Just because they haven't maintained the website doesn't necessarily mean that they just left. Maybe they're planning a huge comeback and they wanted people to be privy to the fact that the hosting isn't paid for anymore. Because they're doing the Revo 2.0, baby. This time, no wheels. It's going to float with just dreams. And that's all you need.
So right now the motor is not on, and with great difficulty I am pedaling it. Can you believe how loud it is?
How would that ever even make it into the hands of someone that put money into this project? That is embarrassing. That shit sounds like an Aztec death whistle. That is shockingly loud. Lawnmowers are quieter. Even just setting aside the dump truck sound that it's making, it's apparently very hard to pedal. Which is the number one thing bikes need to be good at. Pedaling. You know, using it like a bike. That's actually step one, and they fucked it up somehow. They failed on that front. How would this ever make it past testing? I don't get it. I guess they were really just putting all their eggs in the basket of that, like, pedal assist feature, but most people who are going to buy this bike are cyclists. They're going to want to pedal it. That's like the whole point of riding a bicycle. I recognize it's an e-bike, so it's a little different, but I still don't think people want it to just be like a fucking electric scooter, but with the option of miserably pedaling it and burning out your fucking quads.
The second you start pedaling this thing, you start noticing a lot of stuff, and I'm gonna try and break it down. Let's start with the wheels, because I think that's a lot of where it's stemming from. Any bike, even e-bikes, they just roll, right? As soon as you stop pedaling, it just rolls on forever. It's like gliding. You just feel the resistance every step of the way on this thing, whether or not you're pedaling. Look at this.
Get some WD-40 on that bitch stat. It's a wheel that can't even function as a wheel. They reinvented the wheel and made it worse. So it's airless. It's an airless tire, which already I think is just kind of silly. Like, you just have hard rubber around this fucking donut that's not ever going to feel good at all. You're just going to be absorbing all of that impact on it. I don't know how they wouldn't have known that. Like, surely somebody hopped in the brazen bull, right? Like, somebody at the Revo facility must have tested this to some degree. Like, they clearly had engineers working on it. They did make some. So there was a team. It wasn't just, you know, Goober in his garage put this together with toothpicks and, you know, a stick of gum. So how the fuck did it end up like this?
They even advertise its lightweight core. This is one of the heaviest bicycles I've ever picked up in my life. They say it's like 70-something pounds. I think it's heavier. And I'm gonna start applying my brakes right here. Let's see how long it takes me to stop. That was a full-on emergency stop. I had both of my entire hands on the brake levers, gripping them as hard as I could, and it could barely stop the bike.
It looks more like you're riding a missile than a bike. It doesn't really emergency stop very well. It weighs 70 pounds plus, potentially. Yeah, I mean, that's just not super safe at all. Even just setting everything else aside that makes it horrible, this is certified unsafe. It's cycling on ultra nightmare mode. Again, this is another thing that has me raise an eyebrow wondering what the fuck they were even doing when making this, because stopping a bike is pretty important, and it needs to stop pretty quick, you know, because things move pretty quick out in the world. I feel like that would have been a problem they were privy to, like, hey, can't really stop super efficiently. So like, let's say your pedal assist is getting a little out of control and you're going a little faster than you want to be coming up to an intersection. Well, you start engaging the brakes, it's not stopping in time, bang, now you're in the road and you're fucking sitting duck.
But it's a terrible e-bike too. Let's examine this and see if it's something that could ever be repaired. Yeah, listen to that. It's like there's a jump in the wheel. It's done. It's garbage.
So we already covered how inefficient it is to use it as a bike, you know, pedaling it. So now he just tries it as a full-blown e-bike, and it immediately fails that test too, because the first little bump in the road there that it hits destroys the back wheel. So he spins it, and it sounds like a bunch of marbles being poured out of a bucket, and he says that it's just kind of cooked. How could an e-bike, which they advertise in the marketing material, you might remember, you know, cruising where the world slows down around you, how could it go that fast and not be able to handle, like, the slightest change in terrain, like, from complete flat glass to maybe, like, a small little, you know, bump? That like, how does that break it?
When you push it along, the pedals move because it's just not very mechanically sound. And so if you push it fast enough, the pedals actually engage the pedal assist, and it's a chain reaction. The bike keeps going. Watch this. Okay, so you're walking your bike and you kind of jog across the street a little bit. And it kicks in. And so you might say, Seth, just turn it off. I can't turn it off. I tried holding down the power button on the battery, everything. The only way to do that is to take the battery out, but I need the keys to take it out, and I don't have the keys on me.
This is what I found to be the most entertaining part about this catastrophe of a bike. How it can just have a mind of its own. It just gains sentience and tries to run away from you as quick as possible. So if you get the pedal assist engaged while you're not on it, you know, fucking ghost riding it, it will activate and just shoot off. So he demonstrates that in like a field, and it goes quite some distance actually. Like, it's not just like a little burst and then peters out. It goes until it falls over and can't go anymore.
Oh no.
That's fucking amazing. That is such a big discovery right there. Hats off to him for finding that, because I actually bet Revo didn't know about that. They probably didn't really put it through its paces and never actually figured that part out. But another thing he mentions is just how miserable it is to ride. It's apparently very painful, and that is something that they must have been aware of, because he mentions that they actually put in a shock absorption system to the seat, and by that I mean they did a very cheap attempt at having a suspension system to absorb some of the shock. He mentions that it really doesn't do anything to help with the ride. It is still pretty brutal. I highly recommend you watch the whole video on just how bad this thing is. For $6.7 million, not only do people not get the product, most people, but the ones that did, they were bestowed a curse from this company. Not a gift. Certainly not what they thought they were getting. So yeah, anyway, that's really about it. See ya. Watch Tyler 1. I'm busy. Can't you see this man's blowing into a coconut? I feel like he's trying to summon Hellboy or Bloody Mary. Oh, baby, he's got a tool belt. His Batman utility belt of sound healing equipment. I didn't expect that. Robbed at gunpoint. He started deflecting bullets with his healing fork. I guarantee it. This man's gonna spring up from the bed thinking he's going into battle. Need you, Starburn side! Look at that beautiful technique. Stirring up the bad chakra and throwing it away. It's not pee. It may look like he pissed his pants, but it's actually just chakra in its liquid form. You see, what Brian's doing is he's reducing the chakra to its most primordial state of matter.
Blue before everyone charged out of Helm's Deep.
Yeah, exactly, it's just chakra juice. I don't know why he's focusing on the cock area so heavily. No wonder he pissed his pants. This man's spending a lot of time on it. God, how much more can his dick take? He's already blown his chakra load. Come on. Have mercy. Let him have a refractory period. The guy has definitely fallen asleep. We have not seen a video with Brian where his patient hasn't fallen asleep on the chair, or on the table. Yeah, I think maybe Brian went overboard. I think he extracted too much chakra from him, and he has died.
I want to see the skinflint healing frown.
Just give Brian time, he'll work his way up to it. And in one fatal mistake, Brian has just taken all of the bad chakra and put it right back in him. I hope he just starts hitting his head like a fucking caveman with his club. Exactly, just start fucking playing his skull like a snare drum. Man, fucking sound healing is intense. It takes a lot of time and effort. We're 6 minutes in, it feels like it's been an hour.
This may be bullshit, but I still want to set up an appointment with this man.
I think it'd be relaxing as shit. Just to have this Agent 47 looking man waving a cucaracha over my head. With like a horsetail on the back. I think it'd be fucking great. It's not a cucaracha, what is it, a maraca? Maraca. Good God, not an inch of this man's body has been spared from Brian's ruthless chakra healing. All of us are gonna feel so fucking silly when this old man stands up and he's 20 years younger thanks to the sound healing. And he's got huge muscles, like bulging muscles.
What types of food would you suggest for a nutritionally complete diet while on a budget? Trying to lose weight, but everyone I talk to keeps rambling about starvation mode. Yes.
Honestly, I wouldn't even recommend food. I'd recommend sound. And I'd recommend at least 1,111 Oak Vibes if you can afford that kind of investment, and you should get yourself pretty jacked in like a month maybe. But I think you should just transition away from corporeal desires and like hunger and move towards sound for all your nutritional needs. Oh, it's a tag team match. It's gonna lead to an overstimulation. I can see her getting healthier. What's up everybody, it's Critical. I was at CVS and I saw these night view glasses and I remembered their commercial, so I just had to pick them up.
You need visual clarity. Get it instantly with Night View NV, the glare reduction glasses that turn fuzzy and dull into clear and bright, even at night.
Whoa, it's brighter, there's no glare.
Need night view glasses just to view the commercial clearly, it's so fucking dark. But I'm not here to test whether or not it really does make things clearer at night, nor am I here to test the UV gamma radiation protective coating that the glasses are fucking soaked in or whatever. I'm just here to test out one claim.
Your frames look great on anyone and are virtually indestructible.
This is what I'm here to put to the test. This man's heart wasn't in it with that hammer. He wasn't putting any elbow grease onto those glasses. There was no effort there at all. He didn't even try. He was giving it like a very gentle spank on the tuchus. That's not gonna break shit. That wouldn't break a fucking eggshell. I'm here to put it to a manly test. Here's the packaging, looks beautiful. Let's go ahead and break this bitch open. Alright, so the box is what's virtually indestructible. Jesus, fuck, finally. Had to crack open that pot of gold. There we go. Here's our reward. This nice hunk of shit. I like how it comes with little directions here. Let's take a gander. Oh no, that's super duper cute. That is absolutely adorable. Look at the caution. Before using, please check to ensure that you can see properly. Well, no shit. That caution can be applied to every single product out there right now. If you can read that warning, you're probably in good shape, but if you can't, then your battleship is already sunk and you shouldn't be driving in the first place. Here they are, the super slick, super stylish, yellow tinted turbo extreme night view glasses. Look at that. Can already see my shirt more clearly. Alright, let's put them through a simple test. Looks good. Hasn't broken yet. Let's do a little corkscrew action here, a little DNA helix type shit. Oh. Well, that was easy. You know, maybe I just found their weak spot. Like, this is a boss battle and I just happen to get lucky and go right for the weak spot. Let's go ahead and put this to a more realistic test, because when you're driving, no one's gonna be trying to fucking RKO your sunglasses. It's just not realistic. No one's gonna be throwing your face into a full Nelson with these bad boys on. Alright, so I got a power drill. We're gonna put this to the standardized stress test for sunglasses. So just picture this, you're driving down the highway, all of a sudden a power drill comes flying out of nowhere, hits your glasses. You don't want them to break on it. You want it to deflect that power drill, right? So let's see how it does. Oh, shit. We're just going to put this to a nice realistic test here. Just do a little surface scratching, see if it gives. No, it looks pretty good. Yeah, it's hanging on pretty strong. Now let's put a little more impact on it. A little more pressure. Let's get a better angle here. I'm quite the cinematographer. Look at this shit. Steven Spielberg, if you need me, I'm available. It's holding on pretty good so far. Oh man, it's even absorbing some of the impact. Impressive. It managed to withstand the whirlwind fury of my drill karate. It's worth mentioning I didn't go super hard here because although my neighbors make a whole bunch of noise upstairs like it's a fucking war zone, they had the audacity to call a noise complaint on me when I accidentally dropped something and it made a loud noise. So I didn't want to risk a second noise complaint, so I didn't make it super duper hard because I didn't want to create a whole bunch of noise. Alright, test number 2. So it's an average Friday night. You're chasing a ninja who's riding a motorcycle. You're trying to get the nuclear football back from him, but he's armed with some kunai, and you're wearing your night view glasses, and he throws a kunai back. You're going to want to make sure it doesn't crack your glasses, right? That's common sense. So let's go ahead and put this to the standard kunai test and see how it holds up. I managed to break through the glasses and create a small hole. It didn't shatter the glasses or anything, which I was very surprised with. So these glasses are actually very effective if you're facing off against a rogue carpenter who's throwing power drills at you, or if you're in hot pursuit of a ninja throwing knives back at you. Overall, I'm very surprised the glasses didn't shatter, although I wasn't using a super huge amount of force or anything like that. I wasn't pushing on it with the force of 10,000 newtons or anything. I'm just very surprised they didn't just explode like most other as seen on TV products would. Now, for all the FBI agents out there, this is no substitute for the good old-fashioned Kevlar eye patches for protection for your eyes, but if you're in a pinch and all you can find are some night view glasses, it's probably worth putting on. That's it. So yeah. Today, I just learned about one of the most bafflingly unhinged criminal cases I've ever read or watched. And it's honestly made me disappointed in all of you for not making me aware of this situation sooner. Shame on you in particular for hoarding this filth to yourself and not letting me into the lunch table to learn about it with you. I'm talking about the wild case of Nicholas Alaverdian, otherwise known as Nicholas Rossi, aka Arthur Knight. This man's got more names than a phone book. He goes by many different gamer tags. I wouldn't be surprised if more aliases come to light and there's shit like Dark Ruler 52XX or something. And his story in this whole situation is an unbelievable, true story of absolute lunacy. Dateline recently ran a piece on the Nicholas Alaverdian situation, trying to untangle all of the wild web of mysteries that have been woven here. It is just vile, evil shit. Nicholas is a degenerate worm of a person, but he's also a goofball goober who came up with the dumbest idea ever when he was confronted with the reality of his crimes that he is accused of committing. He is accused of extremely serious charges. He is accused of raping multiple women in Utah. And he came up with this galaxy brain scheme in order to escape the repercussions. He faked his own death. He must have been inspired by Dino Spumoni from Hey Arnold, when Dino Spumoni faked his own death to increase record sales or whatever, but in this case, it was a lot darker than that. He faked his own death to get away from rape charges, and then he fled the United States. He was recently put back on the radar after he checked himself into a hospital for COVID-related symptoms. Eventually, pieces of this puzzle started falling into place, and authorities were able to connect the dots that, this guy claiming to be Arthur Knight may actually be this wanted fugitive that the US really wants to have extradited. And that's led to about a year-long battle with Nicholas Alaverdian, or Arthur Knight, or Nicholas Rossi, in order to have him face justice for his actions. I'm going to go ahead and play you a quick clip from 5 months ago when a different news organization was covering the basics of the story, just to give you a more concise breakdown than what I just provided.
It was breaking news on 12 News this morning. A Scottish court has ruled that a man who goes by the name Arthur Knight is actually a Rhode Island man who faked his own death and is wanted on rape charges.
Kate, Nicholas Alaverdian, also known as Nicholas Rossi, claimed to have been the victim of mistaken identity and insisted his name was Arthur Knight. A court in Scotland ruled that evidence showed that was not the truth.
The person appearing before me is Nicholas Rossi, the person whose extradition is requested by the United States.
35-year-old Nicholas Alaverdian was arrested last year after checking himself into a Scotland hospital with COVID-19 symptoms.
So it's been this ongoing battle where he is claiming that it's a case of mistaken identity. He is not that guy wanted for rape charges. This is a huge misunderstanding. Everything's all cattywampus. You got it all wrong. That's an innocent man right there. Unironically pulling the old cartoon gag of wearing like glasses and a fake mustache and pretending that you're not the person of interest. Like the ultimate disguise.
In July, Knight was arrested again, and prosecutors matched his fingerprints to Alaverdian's. Friday, prosecutors of the Scottish court revealed they were able to tell he was Alaverdian after matching the tattoos on his arm.
I am ultimately satisfied on the balance of probabilities.
Alaverdian is accused of raping 2 women in Utah and sexually assaulting another in 2008.
I wanted to include that section from the broadcast because I didn't want to leave any wiggle room for some pseudo-intellectuals on Twitter to try and make some brain-dead argument about how the authorities got it wrong. They did do their due diligence in gathering evidence to try and confirm that these are the same person, that Arthur Knight is not real. That is not an innocent man. It is the same man who was wanted for those rape crimes. Like, it is not a case of, well, maybe they just didn't do enough. It's not like they just had one investigator, pounding cheeseburgers and wiping the grease on like some papers of Nicholas Alaverdian, and then he saw that after looking at a picture of Arthur Knight, and he's like, Eureka, it's the same person, they look similar. That wasn't the case. They have the fingerprint evidence, they also match tattoos, they do have a good bit on their side to lend validity to the claim that this is the same person. But if you're still not sold on that, maybe the interview will be enough to get you on the right side of history here, because they have an interview with Arthur Knight, and it is one of the wackiest clips I've ever seen in a criminal case in all my days. It is gold. It is absolutely fucking extra. If this man isn't up for an Oscar this year, then the entire industry is dead and corrupt. Absolute unreal. That is a passionate performance. He is literally performing for his life right now. Like, this is high stakes. This clip is how I found the story, by the way. I thought what I was watching is James Corden's only entertaining piece of content ever. I thought it was James Corden playing a character. And I was like, wow, James Corden actually did a decent job. Like, this made me giggle a little bit. And I was like, holy shit, wait, this is real. Like that whole segment where he's like, oh, you think it's fake that that I can't breathe and can't walk? Well, then what do you say to this? As he like miraculously rises, he's like, well, watch this. Whoa! This whole thing really feels like a sketch from Whitest Kids You Know. The whole interview is unintentional brilliance. Also, hats off to his supporting actress here. She also does an amazing job. So, like, when he's going to stand up, she's like, oh god, no, don't do it, you're gonna die! You're just gonna kill him! Like, he's about to explode from standing up. She's like, no! As he, like, slowly begins his ascent out of the chair to... is also fantastic, very reminiscent of SpongeBob Rockbottom. I can't understand your accent, except here it's gasps for air, which of course is all part of the act, but I really appreciate that he's not afraid to draw clear inspiration from other art, such as SpongeBob. So I appreciate that. Also, the Wambulance pulls up and he starts trying to get some tears out. He's not doing a good job of selling the crying. So if I was to critique his performance here, I would say he needs to work on getting tears out because his eyes are very dry. He doesn't actually get any moisture in there. He doesn't get any of his tear ducts firing. So that falls a little flat with the fake tears, but imagine if he was able to pull that off. This would have been a true combo of acting expertise, and it would have been one of the finest performances we've ever seen. What a dynamic duo here. A power couple. The chemistry between them, the synergy, is immaculate. So the interviewer asks, what do you say to people that are saying these are just crocodile tears and you're putting on a show? Without missing a beat, the woman there is like, oh, geez, come on. Have some class. Can't you see this is a broken man we're dealing with? Oh, jeepers. Zoinks, come on now. Where's the professionalism? Really? You're gonna hurt his feelings. And this is the cue to Nicholas to immediately, go fucking hog wild into the fake crying, which he's not great at, but it's complemented by the woman sitting opposite of him to kind of like egg him on and try and be there as like this shoulder to not cry on. So really just a fucking fantastic team they make. What a great pair. Now, unsurprisingly, the great acting here wasn't enough to get him an official pardon or anything, so it's still not looking great for Nicholas Alverdian at the moment. And here's hoping he will finally face justice for his crimes that he is accused of. This is just an incredibly wacky fucking story, and one that's been, like, many years in the making. Like, I'm shocked I've never heard anything about it, because this really feels like a pretty high-profile case, but maybe I've just been oblivious to it, or it just never really got the mainstream attention, which is just surprising, because it is really weird. The whole thing is very weird. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about this a little bit after finding the clip and kind of going down the rabbit hole. That's really about it. So yeah. There's a lot of bad news in the world, so allow me to cleanse your palate with some good news. A very tasty treat for you today. 8 months ago, I made a video covering the story of a Rhode Island criminal named Nicholas Alverdian. Nincompoop Nicholas here tried to avoid punishment for his crime, and he fled the country after faking his own death. It wasn't an elaborate fake death ruse, it wasn't a galaxy brain scheme, he didn't exactly call up best quality vacuum from Breaking Bad and order a Hoover Max or anything, but he was successful in leaving the United States and evading authorities, and he started a new life with a new alias, Arthur Knight, which was only one of many names that he went by. He was changing his name more frequently than kids used to on Club Penguin, but Arthur Knight was by far his most used alias. Now, it's important that I tell you what charges he was trying to run away from. Rape charges. You see, Nicholas Alverdian, Nicholas Rossi, Arthur Knight, all one and the same. A rapist. He faked his death in 2020 by feeding media outlets a bunch of baloney and horseradish about how he's about to die, he's about to meet his demise, but the reality was, He was just trying to get out of the country while the authorities were investigating the rape allegations. So he did get out of the country, and he tried very hard to bury his past. But in 2021, he had to check himself into the hospital for COVID-related symptoms, and that's when the authorities were able to identify that this patient is actually the wanted U.S. fugitive Nicholas Alaverdian. And while parading around as Arthur Knight, he tried desperately to convince people that this was all a complete misunderstanding, or that he had been framed, claiming that it was all part of a grand conspiracy to connect him, the innocent Arthur Knight, to this rapist, Nicholas Alaverdian. He kept trying to insist that it's a miscarriage of justice what's happening to him, it's wrong, it's outrageous. But it's not like they just gave it the old eyeball test or the smell test to connect him. They had every piece of hard evidence possibly required to say beyond a shadow of a doubt that these are the same person. They had DNA evidence. He had identifiable tattoos that they were easily able to connect to Nicholas Alaverdian. Like, they had everything, fingerprints, all of it, the whole kit and caboodle. And the judge even said as much as well.
In July, Knight was arrested again, and prosecutors matched his fingerprints to Alaverdian's. Friday, prosecutors of the Scottish court revealed they were able to tell he was Alaverdian after matching the tattoos on his arm.
I am ultimately satisfied on the balance of probabilities.
And even in the face of overwhelming evidence against him, he kept trying. Like the world's worst anime character refusing to give up, Nicholas Alaverdian kept desperately trying to convince even a single soul on this planet that it was all just a misunderstanding. He's Arthur Knight, damn it, not Nicholas. So he now has this infamous interview he did where he tried to prove it. That really was a low blow to say that it's all just putting on a show and an act. It's more than that. He's out here with a fucking performance that would make every thespian troupe in America jealous. This is Oscar-worthy material that we're working with here. To suggest that it's just a show or an act, it's disrespectful, honestly. This is one of the finest, most convincing pieces of anything I've ever seen in my fucking life. But as you might imagine, this didn't work super well. Nobody believed this. Actually, nobody on the fucking planet believed this. However, he does travel with his supporting actress here for this interview, where she sits next to him and she's like trying to calm him down, like, no, don't do that. Not that death-defying stunt where you stand up. Oh, you're gonna hurt yourself, dear. Please, no. No! Like panicking when he stands up and starts, wacky inflatable tube manning his arms around, like he's getting hit with an earthquake or something. So he does have her traveling with him, I guess, to try and make it seem more credible, I guess. Clearly, it doesn't work. So anyway, what is the good news here? Well, the good news is Nicholas Alaverdian is being extradited to the U.S. He is finally going to face the punishment that he has eluded for so long now. U.S. fugitive accused of faking his death to avoid rape charges, extradited from Scotland. In case you don't know who this is, let me pull up his infamous interview where he tried to prove that he is not the rapist. So that little song and dance he tried to put on for the thespian troupe, it's coming from a very bad man. It's not exactly like, some minor offense or anything that he's trying to weasel his way out of with that. The man known in the U.S. as Nicholas Rossi, whose legal name is Nicholas Alaverdian, is charged with sexually assaulting a former girlfriend in Utah in 2008. He also faces multiple complaints against him in Rhode Island for alleged domestic violence. Rossi, 36, was Utah bound on Friday and will stand trial in Utah County for felony rape charges. The man said he was framed by authorities who took his fingerprints while he was in a coma so they could connect him to Rossi. He repeatedly appeared in court in a wheelchair using an oxygen mask and speaking in less than convincing British accent. I'm glad they didn't just let it go. I'm glad that they did fight to get him back so that he could finally face punishment. I can't believe Arthur Knight could be slandered like this. I know, I'm as shocked as you are. Now, even amidst all of this, he still has the gall to continue to state that it's a case of mistaken identity and that he is an Irish orphan named Arthur Knight. That's his story, and he's sticking to it. Even though he is dead to rights with the overwhelming amount of concrete proof that he is Nicholas Alaverdian, he still keeps wiggling his finger saying, "Nope, that's not me. You got the case all wrong, Buster. I'm Arthur Knight." It is actually that scene out of SpongeBob with Man Ray and Patrick when he drops his wallet. I also just have to include this because it is so unbelievably outrageous. So again, he is sticking to his story that he is Arthur Knight. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. This is all just a big misunderstanding. A case of mistaken identity. And as I've stated, they have concrete proof that he is indeed Nicholas Alaverdian, one of them being his arm tattoos and fingerprints. So, Alaverdian, when confronted with this, talking about his distinctive arm tattoos and fingerprints that left no doubt about his real identity, he claimed that he testified that somebody inked those tattoos on his body while he was in a coma, hospitalized in Glasgow with COVID-19, and that a hospital staffer had taken his fingerprints and sent them to Utah. And as the article states, his testimony left the courtroom observers with mouths agape. It leaves my jaw on the floor too, that he would even try to say something like that. That is the most nonsensical story ever told. Let's just go ahead and play with that idea for a moment. Why would a hospital staffer take your fingerprints and send them to Utah, of all places? Again, he is not in the United States. Why would they send his fingerprints internationally to Utah to just frame a random guy? What kind of fucking conspiracy would that be? And then also, who the fuck would tattoo a man in a coma at a hospital just to connect him to the guy in Utah again, this Arthur Knight academic Irish orphan? Like, what is, like, I don't know why he thought anybody in the world would believe this. Not even the most delusional individual would hear this and think there is an iota of truth to it. Yet he continues to stick with that story. It's fucking wild. But again, he has been extradited to the US now, so he will finally be facing punishment that is long overdue. So that's good news, and I just had to give you the update to this. That's really about it. See ya. I recently made a video talking a lot of shit about the Poopsie Slime Surprise Unicorn, which is a unicorn toy that you make take a shit for you on the toilet, and then you play with its shit, which is some slime. And I called it the worst toy ever made, a war crime, the one sin the Lord can't forgive, just a whole bunch of things. But recently I've been watching a lot of inspirational Darman YouTube videos, and I've learned something very important. Never judge a book by its cover. I'm not trying to get too fucking philosophical on you here with this Socrates knowledge, but appearances can be misleading, as the great Darman says, so I had my friend Matt go out and buy me a Poopsie Slime Surprise Unicorn. That way I can experience firsthand the joy and jubilation of making this unicorn take a shit for me. Now, the reason I had Matt go out and buy it isn't because I was embarrassed. I mean, shit, I buy fucking Yu-Gi-Oh cards and Pokemon cards from Walmart, so there is no shame there. I would have no problem going right up to an employee and asking where their poopsie aisle is. It's just I'm afraid of being around people in this area, and Matt's got fucking nuts of steel, ironclad nuts, and he went out and he was totally fine getting this for me, so thank you, Matt. Now, apparently, these naughty little things are flying off the shelves. There was only one Poopsie left, and he checked 2 Walmarts and a Super Target and found it at Super Target. Not only did he find that, though, he also got us our own little slime surprise. Our Poopsie Slime Surprise starter kit, I guess, whatever the fuck this is, a little birthday gift, I don't really know. But I figured we needed both just to make sure we got the full, authentic experience. So first impressions right away, I can tell you, this is the worst thing a kid can have next to the chicken pox. If your parents told you on Christmas they were getting a divorce, it would still be a better gift than getting this. What are you gonna do with all that poop, am I right? Now I'm sure you can hardly contain yourself. Go ahead and amplify that excitement by 100 for me. I'm about to start scratching at my neck like a meth addict if I can't get into this box soon. So let's just go ahead and dive in here. Let's go ahead and raid the public bathroom and check this shit out. So we'll crack this open here. We'll start with the actual poopsie unit and we'll save the slime surprise for later. Jesus. She's really sealed in here real tight. Like a fucking sarcophagus. I'll save you, Poopsie! Ah! Come on! Damn it! Fuck. Oh! Oh no. I think I snapped her neck. Jesus Christ. Ugh. Alright. We'll be alright. She doesn't need her neck to take a shit, I guess. Alright, well now that I've hit her with like a Mortal Kombat fatality, I'd say we're about 50% of the way there to getting her out of this. So, I didn't have a pair of scissors, which is why this is like so primitive here and like caveman-ish, like a Neanderthal ripping it out. I can't trim the shit on the back. Ah! Oh! Ah! Alright. So I hit myself extremely hard in my sack, and well, that's just a little wake-up call. You gotta bleed for the poopsie if you really want to enjoy it. I guess the surprise in the name was for the surprise vasectomy I accidentally gave myself, getting it out of the box. Anyway, we got her here. She still kind of works, but I do think I broke her neck. Yeah. Not bad. This was moving around a lot more initially in the box, I think, so that something definitely went awry in there, but that's just entirely my fault for not having the proper equipment. So let's go ahead and check the back and go through what we learned from the tutorial and see if we can start making her take a shit. So on the back, of course, Wait, what? Oh, don't fucking tell. Oh my god. So I just looked it up. There's actually other poopsie models that don't take shits. They just sing about taking a shit, and that's all. Unfortunately, this happens to be one of those musical poopsies instead of the actual shitting ones, which is beyond disappointing. I guess I can confirm beyond a shadow of a doubt is if she has an asshole. Let's see. Nope. As you can see, there's no butthole here, so this model absolutely could not take a shit. I feel like I got scammed. No, it's not the time. I feel like I actually got scammed. This was $60. $60 fucking dollars. Well, what am I gonna do with the slime surprise kit? I can't even make slime out of her fucking colon. This is the only... How popular are shitting toys? How the fuck is this the only poopsie they had left is the singing one? They don't actually have the shitting one. I feel like this would be the one kids would want. Something that like sings and jingles keys. Not just shits. I don't get it. Well, this is probably the most disappointing moment of 2020 for me, I'd say. I was really looking forward to getting this experiment going. But, well, at least we have the memories, and now I have a cool singing and dancing unicorn that talks about shitting without actually doing it. Well... I guess that's where that journey comes to an end. See ya. It's about the Willy Wonka experience, which seems to be the gift that just keeps on giving. The lore to the Willy Wonka experience disaster is deeper than Scientology at this point. Somehow it just keeps going. So the Willy Wonka experience organizer Billy Cole says the event ruined his life. I have lost my friends. I've lost the love of my life. I was made out to be the face of evil, and genuinely that's really not the case. He received hundreds and hundreds of hate messages and has been dubbed Willy Wanker. Absolutely goated name. Despite claiming to only use AI for spell checking the Wonka scripts, it's been uncovered that he published 16 AI-generated books last summer on Amazon. There are so many things to immediately debunk just in this here, it's crazy. Such as the mind-bogglingly stupid claim that he only used AI for spell checking when one of the promotional pieces talked about serving up sweet teats as opposed to sweet treats. Like, it was all AI-generated art that he used to drum up the hype. And yet he's trying to claim with a straight face that he only used it for spell check. Hold on, let me pull this up in case you guys don't remember. But I need to find, like, the full breakdown of the OGs. So shit like that. And then this was in real life. All of these, very clearly AI generated up there. He removed it from his original site, like the House of Illuminati, which is what he calls himself. So, like, this was on their website. This was, like, their main poster. And he's trying to claim that he only used AI for spell check when there is no spelling even close to accurate in this whole thing here. Enchurning entertainment, catgigating, live performances, Karchi tons, exarcerdary lollipops, a passadice of sweet teats. Man's out here offering fucking sweet teats. Trying to claim that he's not using AI for anything more than spell check. He should be smited where he stands. That man should never be able to hold an event ever again. Not even a birthday party for his own children. Should be a criminal act. Also, I'm pretty sure this is just a lie, too. I've lost my friends. I've lost the love of my life. I was made out to be the face of all evil, and genuinely, that's not really the case. You weren't made to be the face of... You weren't made to be, like, the face of evil. You were just made to be the face of a clown. Just someone to point and laugh at. And there's no way you lost the love of your life. You're telling me your wife left you? The wife saw this blunder, and she's like, alright, I'm packing my bags. I'm out, Billy. This was the final straw. If you were his wife, you're telling me you'd stay? Yeah, what? Okay, let's assume I'm Billy Cole's significant other. And I actually loved him. I'd weather the storm together. I'd be like, listen, Billy, the fuck were you thinking? You'll get through this, though. Just do anything else. No one even knew what you looked like until you started singing your sad song on the world's smallest violin. You could have easily done anything else and no one would know it was you. Like, you would have been fine. I would have helped steer him in the right direction as opposed to be like, alright, I'm out of here, Billy. Though, respect to her, I guess. Whatever. God, this was so cringe. I can't be seen with you anymore, Billy. I'm gone. Yeah, Willy Wanker is a great name. Also, he could have easily leaned into this, by the way. The Unknown was a phenomenon, so much so that there's even talk about an Unknown movie, which was his AI generative Willy Wonka villain about the evil chocolate maker that lives in the walls to frighten kids on the Willy Wonka experience who's only defeated by tidiness. Like, he could have absolutely crushed it with that. This guy's such a fucking goober. He doesn't understand anything at all. Like, he had gold in the palm of his hands. He was behind one of the most talked about disasters since Fyre Festival, and he had the Unknown right there in his fucking meaty little claws. And he let it slip away by singing this sad song about losing his wife. I'm assuming it means that whoever his significant other is left him. But also, there was a little bit more information about Billy here. So, apparently, this isn't even like the only scam he's run, which I knew. He'd run others in the past, but he did more than I thought. So a few years back, he also canceled a Santa event after collecting a bunch of toy donations. Like, that, I mean, that's about as low as it gets. Like, okay, scaring kids with the unknown and a really shitty warehouse Willy Wonka experience from Fiverr, whatever. But taking a bunch of toy donations for a toy drive for Christmas and then just running away with it like the Grinch, like, come on, you are the unknown. You think the unknown has a chance of showing up in the Pooniverse? I think so. They already have their lineup put out there. Let me pull it up. There's probably room. I love the name, the Pooniverse, as well. That's so fucking cute. Well, it's not cute, but, like, they cooked with it. They have the Twisted Childhood Universe, Bambi the Reckoning, Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare, Pinocchio Unstrung, and then Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey and Blood and Honey 2. That's the universe. And here's their promo art for it. I guarantee none of these movies will have above a $1 million budget, but they'll probably make at least 10 mil each. And they're all going to be just as bad as Blood and Honey. Billy Cole, one of the 3 trustees and co-founders of the organization, said, initially we were putting on a Santa's grotto for local children who are disadvantaged and vulnerable and sending out selection boxes, but we were worried and concerned about the Omicron virus, the no crimbo virus as we call it. What? Who is this guy? The No Crimbo, huh? Is this guy's brain AI generated? Jesus Christ, Billy. We decided that having too many people in and out seeing Santa would be a risk we would not want to take. The main reason is to safeguard us and our service users and wider community. But despite assuring that they would continue to distribute food parcels, fuel vouchers, and selection boxes, the team has felt forced to defend themselves against negative comments questioning their actions, talking about what happened to all the donations of toys if Santa's only giving out selection boxes. And Billy said, some people on social media have questioned us and our integrity as an organization, asking about presents if we're going to keep them for ourselves. In my office, I can't move for donations of toys. What? These are people who have never stepped foot in our doors or used our services despite numerous invites from us. We are all about helping people in the community and enabling organizations to work together. We are a hub, a crisis support center. We work with local nursery schools, and everywhere you will find people in crises and families who are in need. You didn't answer the question. What are you doing with all the toys that were already donated? Billy's just still got them. Maybe he used them for the Wonka experience. It's such a weird hustle. It really is such a peculiar hustle. Like, it's not a lucrative scam either. And for some reason, it's always at the expense of children. So I feel like maybe Billy's got some, like, trauma he needs to work through, and the only way that he finds any kind of relief is through, like, ruining children's fun. He feeds off their misery, like some kind of dementor. Because you'd find a lot more success scamming adults. In this day and age, adults beg to be scammed. Dude's an AI-generated R.L. Stein. Yeah, I guess kinda. Oh yeah, and the AI-generated books. I didn't even bother touching on that. Yeah, he just publishes AI-generated books as well. This guy's just all about the weirdest hustles. Amazon is inundated with just shovelware books. Like, I highly doubt any of his are moving units. I highly doubt it. But, I mean, he's also making them for free. So I guess if he even sells one, it's a net positive.
Lots of kids.
They made a documentary on this. Why? The 30-plus minute documentary on that is insane. Yeah, imagine throwing an event so cringe that someone makes a 45-minute documentary on just how fucking bafflingly cringe this scam was. That's impressive. It is actually impressive. Just Google Billy Cole Amazon. Oh, he actually used his real name for it? I thought he would have used like a pen name. Like J.K. Bowling or something. Click on his name and it'll show you all his books. I did. And it only shows me Biohazard Protocol and Crimson. Oh, nope, you're right. There was a different tab I needed to click on. Okay. He has 17 titles, all of which are apparently AI generated according to the article. The Memory Trap, Unraveling the Secrets of Memory Technology, Crimson Eclipse, Biohazard Protocol, Threads of Enigma. All of these are AI generated covers too, by the way, I'm pretty sure. The Hidden Bible, The Enigma's Resurgence, Threads of Destiny. So I think what happened here is when he chat GPT'd like a thriller book. Here, actually, let me just take some pictures of this. When he AI generated like, hey, make me a thriller book, it spit out a couple different ones, and he just decided to use all of them as different books. So he's got this series, The Threads of Enigma, and then The Enigma's Resurgence, Threads of Destiny. These two are remarkably similar. The Hidden Bible, and then The Shadow Directive, Shadows. That shit is so shadowy that even in parentheses there's shadows to let you know. That is dark. I want to read the Shadow Directive plot summary real quick. The Shadow Directive is a gripping and thrilling novel that delves into the dark world of manipulation and the power of truth. The story revolves around Sarah, an investigative journalist who stumbles upon the mysterious assassination of a whistleblower. It's like Boeing. This event leads her to uncover the existence of a secret government program known as the Shadow Directive, a malevolent force designed to manipulate public opinion and control influential figures. Driven by her determination to expose the truth, Sarah joins forces with two allies, Cassandra, a tech-savvy hacker, and Aiden, a fearless resistance leader. Together they embark on a dangerous journey to unravel the puppeteers' hidden agendas and reveal the extent of their manipulation. Sounds like a real page-turner. What about Threads of Enigma? The Enigma. Threads of Enigma is a captivating novel that seamlessly weaves together the realms of art, history, and mystery. Through the eyes of protagonist Evelyn, readers are immersed in a world where hidden messages encoded within artworks lead to a journey of discovery that transcends space and time. Cool. What about the Enigma Resurgence? In an enthralling second installment of the captivating trilogy, The Enigma's Resurgence Threads of Destiny, Evelyn's journey deepens, leading her through a mesmerizing labyrinth of time, art, and history. As she deciphers hidden messages and unravels the Enigma's layers, her determination remains unshaken even in the face of loss and adversity. This is so fucking ridiculous. You can't keep getting away with it. Read the reviews on Biohazard. What is this? What in the AI is this? If I could give this book 0 stars, I would. I ran the free sample through an AI detection tool and then post a picture saying that it's 88.43% AI GPT. Cool. Here's another shadow one. Shadows of Deception, unveiling the deep state conspiracy. Look up the Bible. Oh, yeah, I know. I see the hidden Bible here. I'll read the synopsis. All of them start exactly the same, by the way. This is the third one, I think, in a row that has this for the intro. In the Hidden Bible, a captivating tale of mystery and discovery unfolds as Emily... Like, all of them start with a captivating tale of mystery and discovery, manipulation, shadows, enigma. A curious and determined protagonist stumbles upon a forgotten manuscript that holds the key to unlocking ancient secrets. As she deciphers the cryptic verses within its pages, a journey spanning time and space begins, one that challenges the boundaries of knowledge, faith, and human understanding. Set against the backdrop of enigmatic symbols and echoes of antiquity, Jesus Christ. It has everything. Shadow, enigma, captivating tale, mystery. I really want to know more about the love of his life leaving him because of the Willy Wonka experience. Maybe he really will move into trying to sell a docuseries on himself. My name is Billy Cole, and I lost my wife because I put on a Cringe event. I was sick to the pit of my tummy. I was hoping for an event that would be joyful, happy. I wanted people to experience happiness. Even his responses are AI. I was sick to the pit of my tummy? What in the hairs on my chinny chin chin kind of statement is that? I'm excited to learn more about Billy Cole down the line, I guess.
In my tummy, I had a whole host of emotions.